A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Of course her parents don't have a problem with me being black. She's past the wall. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome. So you got drunk at a frat party, then fucked the football team? You're not a rape victim, sweetheart. You're a slut.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 379th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is Wednesday, December 12th, 2018. We are coming at you live from the 215, Philadelphia, PA. TSR Live is brought to you in part by 1821manmade.com, your one-stop shop for all of your beard grooming needs. They are not the cheapest around, but they are the best. If you want to step up your beard game and be taken seriously as a man, go to 1821manmade.com. All right, let's get right to it. In the end, gentlemen, we as men, we always have the last laugh. Always. Yes, there are plenty of miserable, depressed men, and there are also some women out there who are truly happy. But we're not talking about the outliers here, okay? The exception, as we always talk about, never makes the rule. We're talking about across the board, person for person. The average man is happier than the average woman in the end. If you were to assign a number correlated with the contentment and happiness of every person, the average male score would be higher than that of the average female. Let's go even further down the rabbit hole, as it were, and say that red pill aware men are far happier and far more content and always end up winning in the end than feminists. There's no need to qualify or quantify anything here. There's no need to break out statistics or graphics or anything of the sort. Feminists are fucking miserable, and red pill aware men generally are not. Now, there are a lot of red pill aware men that are miserable. They're still in the anger phase. They understand that the sexual marketplace is fucked up. They understand that in order to be extremely good with women, that you have to undo what you've been taught, undo what you've been told since birth. We know and understand this. This causes a lot of anxiety. It causes a lot of depression. Guys are afraid. Guys are scared enough to talk to girls in the first place, let alone have to deal with the sheer volume of rejection that's involved with becoming good with women. We don't understand that. But at the end of the day, when you take and digest the red pill, when you understand what is truly necessary to live a content life, men always win in the end. When men figure out that we don't need women to be content, we always win in the end. Does the presence of a feminine, beautiful woman who takes good care of you, whom you can trust, who's sexually loyal to you, who's kind, do these women have the potential to elevate your life? Of course they do. This is how it is. We understand that. But by the same token, we as men, we understand that women are not nearly as necessary to our contentment as we are to theirs. Anyone who doubts this only needs to look at the number of females who were on antidepressants compared to males. There are studies out there that say 1 in 4 women are on antidepressants compared to 1 in 10 for men. Some stats out say it's 1 in 3. Some say it's, 1 in 8 and so forth. But regardless of which study you give credence to, the results are universal across the board. More women are on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications than men, and the simple reason for this is that we as men are happier than women. Now, a lot of you guys might think, well, what about those incels who are in their 20s? What about those men who are not good with women? What about men who haven't taken the red pill yet? Well, obviously, a man has to have some sort of red pill awareness, number one. Number two, you have to live that red pill life. right? Like, listen, I've always maintained that there are a lot of guys out there, more men than we are aware of, have red pill awareness, right? An even smaller amount of men acknowledge the presence of red pill truth. But an even smaller percentage of men actually live that red pill life. These are the guys that I like to call 5%ers. So what I'm going to talk about today, is why men always end up winning in the end. I don't like to qualify things generally because I like to make bold statements, but men always win in the end, especially if they are red pill aware. My opening rant is brought to you by Happy Hippo Herbals, home of the highest quality kratom on the planet. Happy Hippo kratom will make you more productive, give you energy, elevate your mood, and make you absolutely fearless when talking to girls. These are the kinds of things that kratom can do when we're talking about the purest quality kratom. Again, I've used Happy Hippo kratom for quite some time. I've used it since 2014. It's about to be 2019, and I know I'm lip syncing right now because my browser is going crazy. I'm trying to sign in so I can actually, see the chat. But I've used Happy Hippo kratom since 2014. I actually used Happy Hippo kratom long before they ever paid me to talk about it on the air. When I found out that my good friend Chris Diotis was the owner, or one of the part owners, of Happy Hippo Herbals, I decided to start a sponsorship with him. So I want you guys to understand that I talk about Happy Hippo kratom a lot. I talk about 1821 man-made, da-da-da-da-da-da. These are products that I actually use. I never, ever, ever endorse products that I do not use. Man, I'm all out of sorts today. I'm telling you what, man, I'm off my game in terms of production these days. Bear with me, guys. I'll get the train back on the tracks. Go to happyhippoherbals.com now and save 20% when you pay with Bitcoin. Yes, gentlemen, this includes your shipping. happyhippoherbals.com. And by the way, the best place to probably get your Bitcoin from, I don't want to turn this into a Bitcoin show, but I've always used Coinbase. John Anthony, who I did a show with, John Anthony, who has a very, very good cryptocurrency course. I actually did a show with him. Oh God, it's been a couple months, but I was very happy. I was very happy to know that he endorses Coinbase. So go to Coinbase.com, set you up an account, get that Happy Hippo kratom. Like I said, you get 20% off when you pay with Bitcoin. 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. If you want to talk about why men always win in the end, why red pill aware men always win in the end, if you have a question about it, 914-205-5356. If you forget the number, somebody can put it in the chat, or you can just look in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. Follow, add, and like me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just do a quick search for Donovan Sharp on all three platforms. Shout out to HS Lee 169 with the $5 donation. He says, good things come to those who wait. HS Lee with the $5 donation. I appreciate that. Again, guys, every little bit counts. I really, really appreciate it. Speaking of which, if you want to contribute to the show, www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp and the number 1. That's www.streamlabs.com/Donovan Sharp and the number 1. $1, $2, $100, $50. Every little bit counts, guys. And when you put in a message, it'll actually show up on the screen. I love giving shout outs to guys. Love reading your messages there. So shout out to HS Lee 169 with the $5 contribution. I always appreciate it when you guys contribute to the show, man, because doing this stuff definitely costs money, and I appreciate it when you guys support me financially. Listen, again, I say this every show. Everything you see around me, I mean, the fancy graphics, the big screen TV. This is because of you guys. This is because of you guys. If you want to rewatch or re-listen to my material, my shows in its entirety, patreon.com/Donovan Sharp. Patreon.com/Donovan Sharp is where you need to go to get all of my content. You can also go to donovansharp.com, which is linked to patreon.com/Donovan Sharp. There you will find the entire archive of all episodes of TSR Live, both past and present. I have it in video form as well as audio form, so you can rewatch or re-listen to these shows in their entirety. You guys know that once the broadcast is over, I pull down the video immediately, and then I put it up tomorrow. I put up the abbreviated version. This is not something I want to do. But again, because content like mine is under constant attack, these are the measures we have to take to make sure that we can stay on the air. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I usually keep it clean the first 15, 20 minutes of my show, right? Then, when I make the announcement, hey, come to DonovanSharp.com or come to my YouTube channel, come to my main YouTube channel, I open up the throttle and I give you guys what you want to hear. If you guys like the video, there's no need to hit the like button. I do appreciate that. But there's no need because, like I said, I take down the video and replace it with the abbreviated version. 914-205-5356, again, is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. O'Shea actually did something yesterday during the Brother Pill podcast that I really liked, and this was the location shout out. So in the chat, if you would, in the chat, guys, I want to know where you're from. Give me the city and state that you're from, or the city and the country that you're from, so I can know who my audience is, where you guys are from, where you guys are listening from. While you guys are doing that, I will now check the chat. Hellfighter pops the cherry. I think Hellfighter's popped the cherry a couple of times. King Nick gets the sloppy seconds. BK from the Rockies, had the privilege of speaking with him on the phone during the show yesterday. Good to see you. Joby Blog says, great gig on O'Shea's last night. A real eye-opener on the issues of porn and being a jerk-off. Yeah. Yesterday we talked about, on the Brother Pill podcast last night, we talked about the ways your life will change when you stop jerking off to pornography. When you stop masturbating to pornography, there are many, many changes that your body and your mind goes through. Yes, I've done a video on this. I think it's called 11 Ways Your Life Will Change When You Stop Masturbating to Porn. You guys definitely want to check that out on DonovanSharp.com or Patreon.com/DonovanSharp. But that show last night, that was incredible. That was incredible. A lot of good information. And listen, man, a lot of guys in there kept it 100. Yo, check it. I'm going to choke the chicken for life. Like all kinds of stuff. So definitely check that out on O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel, the O'Shea Vlog. Good stuff. Hellfighter says, become a Patreon on Negro Manosphere. Feels like I'm part of the movement. And financing amazing articles. Loving this movement. ATL, here we come. Good to see. Yep, all right. Shout out to Hellfighter. Good to see you in here. Miami J is in the house as usual. Dorian Nance says, your intro is fire. Appreciate that. Luigi Conti called me up yesterday. I thought Luigi might be a troll, but thankfully he was not. Hornswoggler, shout out to you. Miguel Santiago, what's going on? HS Lee 169, of course, with the $5 donation. Shout out to you. Ryan Sullivan says, you stand to be corrected. Only alpha males get the last laugh. Being beta is a miserable life to live. I stand corrected. Ryan Sullivan is correct. Rollo Tomasi, the Godfather, making an appearance. Unlearn that which you have learned. Absolutely. Oh boy, looks like we have a loudmouth in here. Maurice Levy. How many men marry the first woman that is nice to them? Okay, this looks. Women are on SSDIs because they are available. I guess Maurice was timed out because he was just typing too much. Yeah, Maurice, listen, man. I like when you have to say things, but try not to hijack the chat. I appreciate that. Rollo Tomasi says, unless you're a tool like Alexander Grace. Oh, my God. Rollo, did you... I saw that in the... what was that? What chat was that in? It was in the 21... Jesus Christ. The Red Man group chat that we have on Twitter. Dude, that was such nonsense. And if you notice, Rollo, the guy had 1,200 thumbs down, unlikes, and 300 likes. That's because the guy was hedging the entire time. It was a fucking joke. It was ridiculous. Joseph Israel says, good evening, Donovan. Man, I've missed your shows, fam. Good to be back. Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, then the red pill has gone too far. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Luigi says he is working his ass off to become 5%. Hornswoggler says Hyper Hippo is insane. Dude, Hyper Hippo is insanity. Thunder Hippo is fucking crazy. if you didn't get sleep last night, dude, take you 2-3 grams of Thunder Hippo, you're gonna get more work done than you've ever gotten done before. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Excellent. Spins, good to see you in here. Yeah, Spins, I see the welcome to the live chat banner. I see that in here as well. Raekwon Wimbish says, Don, at this point, we do not care about production. You've reached pastor status with this Red Pill game. As long as we hear the daily word, we're happy. Appreciate that. All right, let's see where you guys are from. Hellfighter is from Canada. We got Berkeley, California, Chicago, Illinois. Thaddeus Scott, you're out there by Minister Jap, who, by the way, is going to be on the show Saturday night. Saturday night, Minister Jap is going to be on the show. You want to know why? Because Minister Jap got him a white girl. That's right, gentlemen. Minister Jap Hussein of Chicago, Illinois, got him a white girl, and he wants to come on the show and tell me all about it. That's going to be crazy. Seattle, Washington, Johnny Hilson, Las Vegas. Love to see that. Berkeley, California. Got Oslo, Norway, Jackson, Michigan, Chicago, San Fran, Long Island. Down there in Nowlands, Pompano Beach, Chicago. Very good. Excellent. Denver, Colorado, San Antonio, Texas. Brooklyn is in the house. Excellent. Fresno, the Bay Area, Harlem World. Excellent. Joe B. Bullock says that Paris chick was annoying as fuck. Yeah, the thing is Paris Milan, like, I roasted her because I didn't believe that she was the girl in her profile photo. Turns out she was. And dude after dude was like, yo, no, Paris is fine. The bitch kept trolling me. She's like, oh, you've got this girl, because I've got this zit on my face. I don't run for that, right? Like, I get acne, I'm on TRT, it happens. But she kept trolling, like, she kept talking shit. I was like, dude, like, leave me, like, I didn't even go off on her, just, like, bitch, leave me alone, like, you win. That's the thing about women, man. Like, if you, like that was an ego, like, I popped her ego. Like, I'm the one guy who doesn't just bow down to her. I'm like, bitch, just get the fuck out of here. She wouldn't leave me alone. I said, look, bitch, you got the W, like, you win. I have a zit on my face, and you are, like, I have a zit on my face, and you are, I guess you're fine, according to them. Like, you win. Like, I don't know what more you want from me. Rollo Tabassi checking in from Reno, DC, VA, Philly. Another guy from Las Vegas. We got Miami J. We got 305 in the house. Excellent. So you guys are all from all over the place. Ryan Sullivan says Paris Milan sounds like a stripper name. You know what? I wish I had thought of that. Hellfighter said zit equals HD cam. Yeah. Like, I like the fact that I got this Logitech Brio. But actually, my zit doesn't look as bad as it did yesterday. But yeah, I mean, listen, these are the perils of high definition, high quality shit. What can I say? 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Let's go to the phone lines. C in Vegas. You're on live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Dude, what's going on? LV checking in.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, by the way, you said her name was Paris Milan.
That's her YouTube name, Paris Milan. Listen, nobody believes that that's her real name,
No, because I was about to say, like, why you named after a city in a country? It's just weird. Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
But because you're just talking about incels, just now. I just wanted to put my 2 cents about that and about the how men get the last laugh. I think incels, and now D, I'll take the arrows on this one. I'm ready. I think incels are the definition of toxic masculinity. Just in my opinion, incels. I feel like they're a lost cause. You get what I'm saying? Because they revel in self-pity and how they'll never get, women, or they'll never upgrade themselves. And as we've seen, because you've covered it before,
right?
They go out and shoot people and stuff. To me, that's just no. As men, it's just one of the few things as men do. We go out, and tackle problems, and take the initiative. If there is a problem, I'm not saying women don't do it, whatever. But
right.
Nobody's talking about women right now. We're talking about men. And you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. To me, that's toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? And there's no fucking excuse for you sitting on your ass crying about not getting women. That's ridiculous.
Right. No, I agree. And go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say LAR Move, or it was LAR Movement or somebody else who had called about incels. It's involuntary celibate. But here's the thing. You don't have to be celibate because you can go out and buy pussy. Like, dude, you're in Las Vegas. And listen, we know that prostitution is technically illegal in Clark County. Dude, see, there are fucking prostitutes all around you in Vegas. Like, if you really wanted to get pussy, you could get pussy. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, and here's where the beta male in them comes out. Well, I want the sex to mean something. Oh my God. Do you want to get laid or do you want it to mean something? Like, listen, man, sometimes you just can't have it both ways.
Go ahead. Exactly. I was about to say, too. Also, dude, that's another thing, too, got to call out. I want it to mean something. No, that's the nice guy front.
Yes.
That's a nice guy front.
Yes.
Give me a break. You're lying. You can lie to yourself.
Right.
But you can't lie to me.
Right.
That's why I feel like, that's why I just feel like, that's one of the reasons why I deal with you. One of the reasons why I love you, D, is because, like, you don't get me wrong. You talk to MGTOWs and stuff like that. I get it. But I just feel like MGTOW is just one step away from incel, or they're on the borderline. And we got to go out there. You got to lift weights. You got to be on your purpose, and you got to do your thing. That's why, like, when guys talk about MGTOWs and incels, it's just like, dude, no. Just get off your ass and get busy. Now, I get it. For example, I don't ever plan on getting married, so maybe that'll make me a MGTOW. Maybe. Right. I don't know. I don't plan on getting married, or, but I'm not going to just check out. That's weakness. No. Checking out is just weakness, in my opinion. And last thing, sports question real quick. Carson Wentz, he's hurt again.
Yeah. Yep. He's got one more.
I was going to say.
Yeah, one more injury
go ahead.
for Wentz. I don't even remember. I don't even know when that happened. I don't know how severe the injury is to Carson Wentz, but my guess is that if we were 8-4 right now instead of 6-7 and staring down the barrel of not making the playoffs, I think he plays. Yes. But I think what the Eagles are doing, I don't think the injury is severe, but they know at this point it's a lost season. So, and to be honest with you, Carson Wentz probably wasn't fully recovered from that ACL surgery until maybe 3 weeks ago. When he came back, he was mobile enough and he was scrambling around, but you can tell he just wasn't the same guy. Even though the Eagles have been sort of on the downtrend, Carson Wentz is not the problem. Yes, he throws interceptions. Yes, he fumbles the football, but every quarterback does that. I'm not making excuses, but Carson Wentz is not the reason the Eagles are 6-7. They're 6-7 because their offensive line is a sieve. They lost their offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, who, by the way, has the Indianapolis Colts in the thick of the AFC playoff race. And of course, it's the Super Bowl hangover. Yeah. Guys just aren't as hungry, which to me makes what the Patriots have done all the more impressive. Like, dude, it's been nothing but Eagles mania here in Philly. They gotta and again, dude, guys are writing books. We're wearing dog masks. We're getting drunk and dressing like genies and cussing, cursing at Philadelphia Eagles fans. So, and the city of Philly, we're very happy about the Super Bowl. I knew it was going to be a Super Bowl hangover. A little part of me was hoping that there wouldn't be a Super Bowl hangover because Wentz came back. He wasn't on the field when we won the Super Bowl. But hey, listen, man, it was a lost season, and you want to know something, dude? Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I think the Eagles are probably going to be favored to win the NFC East next year. The Cowboys will probably have a lot to say about that, depending upon what happens with the whole Dak Prescott situation. But it's gonna be a two-man dogfight for the NFC East next year. Eagles are not going to be as bad next year as they are this year. At least they better not be.
I was going to say the last thing I'll jump my problem. So I was going to say, is Carson Wentz questionable? If he gets one more injury, I would say he's in question right now. It's on the fence, but I think one more injury, it's the big question. Also, I was going to say, I did not see, I'm a Giants guy. I did not see the Giants dump trucking the Redskins that badly, 40-16. That was a thrashing. But also the other one I didn't see was the Giants beating the Bears. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, that was definitely not supposed to happen because then the Bears turned around and beat the Rams.
I know. It's crazy how this season's going. I hope we don't win anymore because I want that draft thing. All right, D, take care.
Yeah, thanks for the call, C in Vegas. C in Las Vegas checking in. Giving us the rundown. Yeah, going back to what he was talking about MGTOWs being one step away from being an incel. A lot of MGTOWs are incels, right? Like a lot of MGTOWs are incels. We had every once in a while. I can't remember. I'm on so many shows. I'm on the Redman group. I'm on the Brother Pill. I'm on this show. There was one guy who was in the chat who kept saying yes. It was false rape. It was yesterday. How to avoid a false rape accusation. And I remember him putting in the chat so many times, yes, this is why I go MGTOW So to avoid false rape accusations, that guy is a low-level MGTOW, which is an incel. Guys who say this is why I go MGTOW to avoid trouble with women, those are the guys who give the real MGTOWs bad names. If you're a MGTOW who has opted out of the sexual marketplace, you're not a MGTOW. You are now an involuntary celibate, okay? And again, don't act like you don't want pussy. You do want pussy, but you're not willing to do what it takes to mitigate the risk, right? Like a lot of guys out there, a lot of incels and a lot of, internet personalities like to make fun of guys. Well, you think you're so big and bad because you're risk tolerant. No, you need to be risk averse. No, you need to be a little bit of both, right? You don't need to commit to the purple-haired slut with the bull ring, but by the same token, you have to do things. I mean, even if you have what appears to be a girl who's not terrible, what needs to happen is there needs to be certain things put into place to mitigate the inherent risks that come with dealing with today's American women. You really can have it both ways. Just because I don't decide to just completely check out of the dating market doesn't mean I'm just going in with my eyes doesn't mean that I'm not going into this stuff with my eyes wide open. No, I'm not flying blind. I know what I'm doing. I do things to make sure that my life doesn't get turned upside down. But doing that, like, it's funny. Incels it's a black and white thing to them. You either stop messing with women altogether, or if you mess with women, you're an idiot because she's going to turn your life upside down. No, I fucked with many women who didn't turn my life upside down. Listen, I fucked with plenty of women who did. I've had many bad experiences with women, but I've had many good experiences with women. And because I have red pill awareness, I am now in a position to where I can tell a lot of different stories about a lot of different women. None of them, fortunately for me, have really taken their pound of flesh. Yeah, I've got a few scars from my blue pill pasts, but I'm no worse for the wear. I don't have any kids that I know of. I wasn't divorce raped. I'm not paying alimony. Life is good. So, again, if you're an incel, I understand not wanting to be called an incel. A lot of guys like to call themselves monks as well. Just don't call it MGTOW. Don't say, well, this is why I go MGTOW, because women can divorce rape you. No. I don't know what to call it. That's on you guys. But there are a lot of MGTOWs out there there are a lot of guys out there who call themselves MGTOWs that have a lot to offer to the red pill community. And they speak a lot of truth, and one of those truths is that, listen, man, a lot of guys say the juice isn't worth the squeeze, but I still want the juice. So I'm going to do what's necessary to get as much juice as I can, get the highest quality juice as I can without much cost. That's really what living the red pill life is all about. That's what this comes down to. Okay, let's go ahead and get this party started here. There are, how many reasons do I have? There are 4 main reasons why men always win in the end. And we're going to go over all 4 of those tonight. Let me check my time here. Yes, we're going to go over all 4 of those tonight. But before we get into, actually, you know what? I'll go over number 1 and then I'll say goodbye to my Twitter and Facebook audience. Number 1. The number 1 reason, the first reason why men always win in the end is that the sexual prime of a woman ends abruptly and unexpectedly. Women are the most sexually attractive between 18 and 28 years of age, give or take a few years in either direction. During that decade plus, a woman can sleep with and or get commitment from just about any man she wants. Any man she wants. Now, during this time, women can get attention, they can get dick, they can get money, they can get provisions from just about any man she chooses to. All she has to do is show up, put herself on a platter in some way, shape, or form, whether it be just her company, her body, sexual favors, whatever she offers up, and most men are going to end up giving her that attention. Most men are going to give her that dick. Most men are going to give her that commitment. No matter what women tell you, no matter what they tell themselves, no matter what they tell other people, females want and value sexual attention more than anything else. They won't admit it, but this is what they want and need the most. Now, biologically speaking, their need for sexual attention is necessary for reproduction. But that rush of validation that courses through a woman when a man fucks her is what she wants the most. And because of this, that 10 plus years of having absolute power over men is quite literally the best time of a woman's life, especially the good-looking ones. Women all the time talk about the fact that, God, when I was in my 20s, life was great. Like, everything was perfect. I could sleep with who I want to. Guys were doing things for me, etc., etc. Now, as men, we're the most sexually attractive between the ages of, I would say, 30 to 45, maybe 47, give or take a few years in either direction. Now, our sexual primes last at least a decade and a half longer than a woman's, but that's just our sexual prime. Guys, don't forget, we are also somewhat sexually attractive in our 20s. Not nearly as sexually attractive as when we hit 30. But men in their 20s are still sleeping with beautiful women out there. They're still fucking hot girls. Now, don't mistake me here, guys. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that a man's sexual prime is better than a woman's. Females may only have 10 years of prime beauty and fertility, but their beauty is far more effective than that of a man. Men will move, listen, I'm telling you guys right now, men will move heaven and earth to secure an exquisite female in terms of youth and beauty. Women, not so much. Now, some women may move heaven and earth to try to consolidate on the man, depending upon how close they are to or from the wall. But I digress. Any given woman's sexual prime may not last as long as any given man's, but her sexual prime will burn much, much brighter and much, much hotter. Make no mistake, gentlemen, the hottest females will always attract far more men than the hottest male will attract women by a long shot. It's not close. It's not close. But the fact remains that as men, our prime attractiveness lasts 50% longer. And even before that, in our 20s, we are still able to fuck pretty girls. Listen, when I was in my 20s, I fucked a lot of girls. Maybe not too many 8s, 9s, or 10s. Maybe an 8 or 2. Mostly 5s, 6s, and 7s, right? But in my 30s, I'm fucking 8s, 9s, and 10s on the regular. So even if a man doesn't get laid until he's 20 years old, until he's 2 decades old, he still has at least a quarter of a century of peak sexual activity as opposed to 10, maybe 12 years for women. Again, give or take a few years in either direction, depending upon genetics and habits. Plus, we age, as men, we age much, much better. We don't start approaching the wall until we're probably in our early to mid-50s. We age slowly and gracefully into our 50s. And even then, we're still, even in our late 50s, we're still able to fuck top-tier women. A woman's sexual prime, on the other hand, ends very quickly and very abruptly. One day, she's able to fuck any guy she wants, and the next, those same guys aren't paying her any attention unless she's dressed like a slut and throwing herself at them, and even then, they get rejected in favor of younger, tighter girls. There's no graceful aging for women. There's no slowly ebbing into the next phase of their lives. There's none of that. Women fall off the cliff between the ages of 28 and 30. That doesn't mean they don't still get attention from men, and that doesn't mean that they're not still sluts. But the men they're fucking at that age aren't nearly as high quality and high value as the men they fucked just a few years ago. Yes, gentlemen, there are some 35-year-old women out there who are still hot, but that woman will never be as hot as she was when she was 24, and she knows it. Devin's going to be 25 in February. Devin's going to be 35 in February. You look at pictures of her when she was 25, she was a fucking smoke show, dude. Devin's a 6.5. Honestly, when she was 25, she's probably an 8.5. The wall affects everybody, yes, even the great and powerful Devin. Not only do we age better physically, we age better mentally. Experience and struggle makes men more attractive because we're seasoned. We've matured. Experience and struggle makes women unattractive. Experience and struggle manifests itself in men as wisdom, introspection, intelligence. The list goes on. It manifests itself in females with a scorned and bitter attitude. This is why sluts in their 40s are always miserable and players in their 40s never are. As men, we never stop maturing. Okay? So by the time we hit our 30s, we act like grown, responsible men. Women, they stop maturing around 18, which happens to be right around the start of their peak sexual attractiveness. And they keep that teenage mentality all the way through their 20s, guys. But after male attention dwindles and eventually disappears, they start to mature again. This is why women are little more than overgrown children. We say this all the time. They have a teenager's mentality until high-quality men stop wanting to fuck them. And when that happens, they are forced to act like women. But unfortunately for them, by then, it's too late. They've already developed bad habits that cannot be changed at any age. Even that scorned 38-year-old former party slut has the mind of a 23-year-old at that point, having only started maturing and growing up again just a few years ago. Again, this is why older women who are ever attractive are insufferable. Guys think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the jungle and I'm gonna hunt cougars. I want to fuck the MILFs. Easy lays. No, sir. No, sir. Listen, man, if you think the hot 44-year-old who's been getting eye fucked by every man since she was at the tender young age of 15, probably younger, is just going to lift up her skirt if you just walk up, say hello, and buy her a drink? Oh, no, that is not the case, my friend. Fucking hot, quote-unquote, fucking attractive 44-year-olds is much more difficult than fucking the hot 21, 22-year-olds. Trust and believe, guys. I've seen it. You think cougars and MILFs are easier to fuck? No, sir. Any man who says MILFs and cougars are easier to fuck, you have never fucked an older attractive women. Not trying to hear it. Miss me with that bullshit. Again, I've said before that most older attractive women are far more difficult to run game on than the 23, 24-year-old hot girl. We as men, we get better with age. Women do not, and women know this. So in order to cope with their rapidly decreasing desirability trapped in a mind that won't let her turn back the clock, they go to a doctor and they get prescribed a bunch of medications to help them sleep at night and help them not to commit suicide when reality stares them in the face for the 4th time that day. If you are watching on Facebook, Twitter, or one of my backup YouTube channels, come on over to YouTube to watch the rest of the show. Right now on my main YouTube channel, there are 124 people watching. So if the YouTube channel that you are watching does not have 124 people watching, understand that the feed is going to be cut off here pretty soon. Just go to youtube.com, do a quick search for Donovan Sharp. The first one you see, the first Donovan Sharp, there are 3 Donovan Sharp channels that are available to the public now. The first one you see up there is the one that you need to come to. Same with Periscope and Facebook. Periscope, which is Twitter and Facebook. If you guys want to watch the rest of the show, come to youtube.com, do a quick search for Donovan Sharp to watch the rest of the show. If you don't have time to watch the rest of the show, go to donovansharp.com or patreon.com/Donovan Sharp to watch the rest of the show. So now I will bid farewell to my Facebook, Twitter, and backup YouTube audiences.